And I'm just assuming that those guys are maybe doing New York Pro. I do know that Beef Stew, Antonio Burton are doing it, but as far as Quinton Eriy, there is some talk that this guy might be doing New York Pro, but I don't know that for sure. He never really said that he's doing that, and I think this guy just wants to qualify for the Mr. Olympia because last year he skipped the entire season to improve, to actually be able to qualify, and the year before that he tried and he failed. So I think he just wants to get on that stage finally, and competing at the New York Pro is probably not gonna help him in any way to get there sooner. So I think he might be doing something later, like Tampa Pro, and Quinton is like one of the rare guys, a couple of guys who are this tall and this massive and this aesthetic. So he's probably gonna have a bunch of short, blockier guys with less pleasing of a look, so I don't know what to expect. I think anything is possible. Does he look like somebody who can qualify and go and compete at the Mr. Olympia right now? I think this physique should be up there, but is he gonna be able to qualify? That's a really tough question. That's an extremely tough question because there is a whole bunch of Olympians from last year who still did not qualify. There is a whole bunch of great guys that are gonna compete today and take away those qualification spots. So I don't know. I mean, even though Quinn does look very good, he needs to be extremely good this year to manage to find a pro show where there is none of those heavy hitters and he can somehow get the qualification. So I think a lot of bodybuilders this year are gonna be disappointed and won't get to the Mr. Olympia stage because it's extremely difficult. There is no point system anymore, and these guys, they're not competing very often. They choose one show or two shows and whatever happens, happens. And this is no longer the way to qualify. There is far too many great bodybuilders. Some of them want to compete as much as possible. Like Eriy just took away 2 spots and he was already qualified. You know, he won both Arnolds, and he didn't have to do those shows. So everybody else has less chances now. And these guys like Quint, the newer guys, if they want to be up there, they need to do more shows and somehow get to that Mr. Olympia stage and probably not place inside of the top 10, but still just getting there these days is extremely difficult, and unless you try very, very hard, you're not going to make it. As far as Quint, I think it's going to depend on how lucky he is, how difficult of a lineup he has in the qualifier shows, because I don't know if he can make it. I would love to see him up there, and I think once he is finally done